Hello.
Hey, good morning. Bob Miller from Tree of Life.
Good morning.
How are you doing, my friend?
All is great. I am on Zoom already, and I'm waiting
Oh,
for
you
you.
are?
Yes,
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't see that they set this up as Zoom. Let me jump right in there. Right there.
not a problem.
Thank you.
Sure.
There we go.
All right. You can see me already. Let me see.
I can
Yeah.
see you already. There we go. All righty.
Hey,
Well, nice to meet you.
nice meeting you as well.
We didn't speak before, did we?
I hoped you would remember me, but it happens. It's fine.
Oh, I know, but
I
it sounds familiar, but I couldn't quite piece it all together. When did we speak last?
2017.
Oh, okay.
There was an event for the brain, like a lot of doctors attended.
Oh, yes.
Right, and you had a space to show people what you're doing. So I
Yes,
was
now I recall you. You're from India or Pakistan or?
or Jordan, not far away.
There you go. Yes, now I recall. Now I remember perfectly. Yes. Yes, I
Yes, and
remember
so
talking
we
to you.
spoke, and I got excited, and I did the DNA test. But sadly, by the time my DNA arrived, 22andMe had changed the way they do work. So I
Right.
lost. So I lost things. I got less interested, and I didn't do much. So only recently, as I'm trying to fix me. I've learned that you have changed the people you work with. So
Right.
I did the training again, and I did it with the ones that you have made an agreement with.
Right. Well, that's my own software. Or it's my own chip. I decided that if we really wanted to do this, we had to have our own. So it's my own. I actually, that's my own chip that I make now.
Cool.
Hmm.
Great.
All right. Well, I remember both. All my staff and all just said, "What a cool guy you were." I remember that. Yes, now I recall it perfectly. It was in Los Angeles.
It was in Los Angeles, right? Correct.
I remember the booth. I remember talking to you. Now it's coming all together. So good deal. Well, we're going to do our best to try to help you out. So walk me through the little bit of the history, and then we want to get right into your, right into your genome and see if we can figure this out for you.
Sure. Have you had a chance to look at the website by any chance?
No, I did not. Brainresection.com. We're having a conference of our own next weekend, and I am just up to my ears preparing for that. But I will take a look
That's
at
not a problem. So would you like me to tell you more about my case or
it. Yes,
about my
please.
challenge?
Oh,
My
either
case?
one. Yeah, we have plenty of time, so go ahead.
Thanks. Typically, I tell people the short version of my challenge first. So I had a tumor resection back in 2009
Mm-hmm.
in Canada, thinking that this is the resolution for a brain cancer that turned out to be an astrocytoma.
Mm-hmm.
And post that, what's happened was in many years, every year was worse than the next. And I continuously kept wondering, is it the cancer? Is it the resection itself? Or is it other things? So as life went by, I've discovered I have a lot of challenges. One of them was SIBO, another was intestinal permeability, one was autoimmune diseases. All of them got discovered not in one day, but over the years, working with so many doctors all over the US. So the most recent test, literally the most recent, had to do with what food could do to my body. So that was an array called Array 10.
Mm-hmm.
And Array 10 showed me that here's the list of things you can't touch. And it was horrible. I mean, I'm going to miss all of them. And the challenges that I was calling every doctor I go for mainly was memory, focus, and what I call fatigue caused by mental activities. Like, for instance, if I'm reading your book or your video, your 45-minute video, around 20 minutes post the start, I would become mentally fatigued because it's information that is new. I'm trying to save new information. That means I will be in trouble. So that's the number one most critical challenge that I have today. The second one is generally fatigue. I get fatigued. And typically they're linked, typically. So for instance, today I was just about to cancel the whole thing, thinking I may not be, I might be very fatigued, too fatigued for the call, but I just got it back in. And I do have sort of reflection speed, meaning I might see a kid fall down and my reaction to that might be 5 times slower than it should be.
Right.
And of course, post the surgery, I had plenty of the seizures, and I've been trying to work on seizures mainly for the following 6 years. And then I've started to see if nutrition can do this, if work can do, and all of them failed. Only 2 months ago, I nailed it. I think I'm closer to nailing it. And the solution was something called CBD. I'm not sure if you're familiar with CBD.
Oh, yes, of course.
So CBD cracked this for me.
Well, that's telling me there's probably some excess glutamate.
You'd know better. Now, I'm working with nutritionists with an S. One of them is a specialist for 20 years in cancer. So I'm taking very specific list of supplements. I'm also working with a lot of doctors who studied functional medicine. So that's why I have tried quite a long set of supplements to heal any of the challenges that I had, including SIBO, intestinal permeability, and the autoimmune diseases and all of that. So I've worked with them on those fronts. So in a way, as a patient, I'm quite familiar with plenty of, I'm going to call them protocols, that could heal my challenge. But so sadly, so far, I haven't nailed it. I haven't nailed a bit of it, even not a bit. The only thing that I was able to nail so far was the seizures, and it's very recent. I hope I didn't say much too long. I have tried devices. I have tried a lot of devices or techniques that included neurological rehab programs, that included, of course, blood work, a lot of blood work, from hormones to all kinds of blood work, autoimmune blood work. And I also try, and today we're trying the genetic testing. And if you would like, I can give you a link quickly to see what kind of supplements I'm taking now, if it is going to make any sense. Now, another thing that I think is important for you to probably know is that the other thing that made me nail down the seizures was drug interaction discoveries that I've made very lately during the process. So I only lately learned that the only medication that I take has interactions with a lot of things, including, for instance, curcumin or ginkgo biloba and things of that sort. And those are on the website already, by the way. And there are sources there that talks about where did I get this information from.
Yes, and you're saying curcumin doesn't work for you?
Curcumin works beautifully for changing what the blood work is saying about me. But if I take them, that instantly means more seizure.
Yes, gotcha. So I think I have some clues already. Yeah. Yeah, one of the, let me do a screen share.
And 3 more things before I'm done.
Sure. So I'm clear, you're saying that curcumin will give you a seizure.
Indeed. And just to be very sure, it's not curcumin, it's the interaction between the medication that I have and curcumin. So it's not my body per se, it's the interaction between both. So that's why I'm trying to work on taking away or changing my medication called trileptal.
Exactly.
All right, so there is also PEMF. I've tried both devices. I even own one, and it's been helping me doing other things. And I've worked with laser light-based therapies. One of them was laser class 4, which worked for me. It returned my dreams back to me, which was magical. But it wasn't what I was, in 6 sessions. But that wasn't what I really wanted. I wanted my other part of the brain back. And in the very near future, I'm going to try the class 2 laser therapy during my next trip to the States, which is going to happen next next month, I'm sorry. And then I've tried detoxification programs, which failed miserably. I've tried ketogenic diet twice, which failed absolutely miserably. And only recently, only last week, I know now why, because of the tests are telling me what kind of food I can't come nearby. And what else? I think that talks most, and I did, of course, EEGs, QEEGs. I've tried neurofeedback plenty of times as well. And in the next 2 months, I'm going to do the following things. I have array 11. I'm not sure if you're aware of the arrays themselves.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, so it's basically chemical immune reactivity screening test. That's coming next. I've tried, and now I'm now back to the ketogenic diet, started yesterday, hoping that today's news is not going to say anything worse. And I'm going to have a more comprehensive urine hormone test, because there are 2 hormones that doctors can't nail down. They don't know why they're there still. I've been working on that for 4 years. And I will also be doing, what else? Yeah. And I'm going to do something very interesting. You can't wait until it comes next month in California. No, in New York. It's called, I'm sure you know about it. It's called SPECT scanning for the brain.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I will also be doing training for the gastrointestinal clinical strategies and treatment application for Dr. Karazian in the States. So I'm traveling for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something called intensive therapies program, which has something to do with what they call cranial classes or craniosacral.
Craniosacral, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
We do that here in our office.
I'm so happy to hear that somebody knows about it.
Oh, yes, we've been doing that for years. We're big fans of it, yeah.
Excellent. I know nothing about it. I'm just about to get the discovery of doing that. And I have a lot of questions, but I'm not sure how much time you have and what is the best of you that I can spend time.
Sure.
So now,
Well, yeah, I don't know enough about craniosacral to be of any value, but we do want to dig into your genome. And so we'll be doing that momentarily. Do you have anything else?
I'm done giving you a brief. I'm sorry, I took most of your time. I'm done.
No, that's fine. A couple quick questions. Tell me a little bit about your heritage. Do you know, you're 100% Jordanian, or are your ancestors a mix of any Northern European and anything else?
Excellent question. Generally speaking, all we know is that we're all from Palestine or Israel, the way they say it, both of them. And I know from the genetics point of view that my sisters and brothers have challenges. So I'll tell you why. My sister has MS. My other sister, my other sisters and brothers one has, what's that called? They're all genetic challenges in the brain. Schizophrenia, bipolar. And so I only have one sister who hasn't been attacked. Like 5 of them has those 3 diseases. And I am the one with the brain cancer, obviously.
Yes.
Benign brain cancer. So that tells you a lot probably about the genetics, doesn't it?
It sure does. So if there's Israel, is there any Jewish in there as well, or is it all from more of an Arab background?
All from the Arab side.
Yes. Okay. Interesting.
But that's not what the 22 and me says, however.
Oh, what does it say?
That's something I can't remember, but it's not hard to me to look it up. But it says something about here and something on the south. No, something on the north. I can't be 100% sure. I can only look it up.
Yes.
If you'd like.
No, that's okay. The reason I ask is because what you've described from a genetic standpoint, MS, schizophrenia, bipolar, and even some of your situations with seizures is related to too much glutamate.